everyone.
Hi, guys.
Sorry, just catching everything up here. Just give me a second. The computer never goes as fast as we do, so bear with me here. Thinking.
There, I just lean on yours.
There you go.
It's perfect.
All right. Okay. There we go. Computer's catching up. I will put up our phone number. Hello, everybody. 2:00 at Melinda's Enchanted Cottage. It's our live feed, our Witches Social. We've been doing this every day since lockdown started. No, I guess not quite.
Did you guys miss us yesterday?
We tried.
Oops.
We did. It was our day off yesterday, and we did try to do a Witches Social, but because it was so cold, my phone died. I'm like, oh, quick, give me your phone. Let's set yours up. And we set Melinda's phone up, and we got the feed going, and then it's like, it died too. So we're like, forget it. Clearly, we're just meant to be hanging out, having fun with our kids, not doing the Witches Social. Sorry, you guys couldn't join us for that. Hi, Amy. Colton, good to see you again. And Charmaine on again this morning. I keep thinking it's morning. Again this afternoon.
Yeah, we're a little messed up. It's our first day back to work. So, yeah.
It's our first day back to work. Have we stopped?
Well,
we did take
Sunday we took the day off and literally did nothing, and then Monday we tobogganed all day and night.
Well, we did wind up working a little bit both those days too, but that's okay because we love what we do. So
hi, as Elizabeth. You guys are jumping on, just give us a shout and say hello. If you're not familiar with the Witches Social, let us know where you're from. Hey guys, woo!
Hi, Linda.
Everyone,
April.
Linda and April and Elizabeth and Melissa, I see you too.
I'm gonna pin this to the top.
Hey Holly.
Hey Holly. I was thinking of you today, Holly. The whole bookmobile idea that just inspired me.
It's like your two favorite things,
right?
Books, traveling and books.
Yeah, I just take all the signs off and just travel with the bookmobile, and wherever I land is where I sit to read. Tobogganing was a blast.
It was awesome.
You want to tell them?
Tell them
how uncomfortable you are today because of tobogganing?
Really uncomfortable. I fell off the toboggan and everything in my butt went crack.
Yep.
So I'm having a hard time sitting, standing, walking, sleeping,
breathing. Yeah, everything comes with a sigh or a moan right now, and I can
recognized I'm old.
I can relate. I mean, the kids, they're just scooting down the hill. They're hitting the tree line. The mile a minute hill in Simcoe, everybody knows where that is. That was the hill, and it was just perfect sledding conditions.
We were the only ones there.
Yeah, there was nobody
no one was there, so
and,
that was awesome.
I mean, we had so much fun. We did it with the kids from 1 to 2:30ish or so. So right in the middle of when we were going to be hosting our event, and we're like, you know what, screw it. You guys can join us there, and we'll just do just a brief little hello and show everybody what's going on and how we're celebrating Imbolc and what we're doing. And really, it's really all about that. It's about kind of stomping down the snow and looking forward to the light. The days are getting a little bit longer and all of that sort of thing, and just having a good time. I couldn't think of a better way to do it.
Yeah, it was a great day. And the kids got out of school early.
Yep. And yeah, we were gonna let you guys join in on the fun, and no, batteries would not have it. The poor phones.
We were even gonna take you down the hill with us.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
that was
pretty cool.
It was a hoot. It was a good time.
Yeah, it was fun. We went back probably around 7:30, 8 o'clock, like 7:45, and we stayed another couple hours on the hill with glow sticks and new toboggans. We went and got some new toboggans for the kids, so they had a blast.
Yeah.
And we went down too. We went up and down the hill a few times. Even after I got hurt, I should have stopped, but I kept going. Suffering.
Self-control issues.
Yeah,
there.
Self-control issues. It's like adrenaline rushing up.
I feel the need for speed was overruling the whole I'm getting old and this hurts. And I find that too. And as I was saying, it's so funny because the kids, they just, grip it and rip it. Off they go. They're on the sleds and they're going off of ramps. They're wiping out, snow plowing down at the bottom. Just brutal.
Sitting on each other and going down.
Face first.
Oh my gosh. Running and jumping
suicide
down
style.
the hill.
Yeah, you name it. They're doing it. Rolling down the hill. And I'm at the top thinking, that looks like a lot of fun, but I'll pay for it tomorrow. Is it really worth the risks? And yeah, it did at the moment. Now it's maybe not so much, but we did have a great day.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
We're sorry we
missed
share
you guys
with everybody like we intended. Our excuses are I have an Android phone, which I charge roughly every 3 days because everybody else has Android phones and they've all swiped my chargers. So I have to borrow one of my chargers back. That's my excuse. Melinda's excuse
tread lightly.
is she has an Apple and it's always dead. So there we go. Sponsored by Android.
This is not Apple versus Android today either,
it's
people.
always Apple versus Android, just saying.
I love my Apple phone.
Oh, jeepers. We did have a good time.
Yeah, we had a great time. So kind of curious what you guys did to start Imbolc out. We didn't do any altar work or anything. We just kind of, kept the outdoors in mind and did a lot of outdoor stuff, tobogganing, and had fun with the kids. So it's a perfect way to spend Imbolc for us. So what did you guys do? Let us know.
That showed right up there. Would you be interested in shifting the time of the Witches Social? Sorry, I jumped the gun on that. I was planning, this is something that we are going to discuss today, and this is the first time I've ever put up a poll, so I wasn't quite sure how it was going to work into it. But yeah, we'll leave that up for a little bit, and just as we're talking and dialoguing, you guys can vote in as you please. This is something we were planning to bring to the table.
We've been talking about it since we're coming back, possibly from restrictions and opening the doors again. We have to adjust the time of the Witches Social because 2:00 in the afternoon is actually very busy for us here at the shop with customers.
A bit of a hard time keeping up.
And we're having a hard time keeping up. So we're needing to move it or keep it at 2. We're kind of putting a poll out there for you guys to decide. Is this like right on the live feed?
It should be. I believe it's showing up there. So
that's kind of cool.
It doesn't let me vote on it though. But I will drop it down in a minute here. I just wanted to leave it up there long enough for people to be able to post in on it. So
yeah, so if you guys have time, answer the poll. That'd be great. Give us some feedback as to what you'd like, and start letting us know what you guys did yesterday to celebrate Imbolc. I wanna hear this and maybe scroll up and see if we missed anything.
Yeah. So our thoughts here really for the time of the Witches Social, we will keep it at 2 if everybody really wants us to. However, moving it to at the beginning of the day or towards the end of the day for us would work a little bit easier in that it doesn't sort of interrupt our flow as we get going throughout the day. So we do kind of want to see what everybody's interests are. If they're looking more towards the evening, if they like the idea of it more in the morning, we do want to keep everybody in consideration here. So weigh in, let us know, and it'll be great. Thanks. Hopefully that showed up for everybody. I'll close that out there, and then we'll just sort of scroll up and catch up with everybody else who's joined in. We got Kim joining us again. Hi, Kim. Good to see you. Yeah, Amy's saying hello and ouch. Yep.
Yeah.
Let's see.
So I think we left off at Holly. Glad I can inspire you. Bookmobile is the dream.
Is the dream.
Nice.
That'll be fun. The only problem I have with vehicles is maintenance. Pam says hello. Uncle Graham's commenting. He can hear us today, but not as much. Not much better than yesterday. And sorry about that. Must be our microphone. Where is it? Oh, I'm guessing in regards to the Mile a Minute film or the Mile a Minute Hill. It's at the golf course on Victoria Street here in Norfolk, in Simcoe. It's a really, really cool place to go and hang out. And the nice thing is the whole golf course is quite wide enough. There's lots of pretty decent hills.
Yeah, right, so in that area.
Even now with everybody sort of being locked down, everybody's very respectful. If there are more than one family there at a time, everybody just kind of spreads out so that we're not overlapping. It's pretty good. Let's catch up here. Yeah, Graham used to sled there. Yeah, I think everybody who lived in Norfolk has sledded there at one point in time. You said that you used to sled there with your parents on New Year's.
Yes, New Year's Eve we used to go. Yep. Just after midnight, my parents and everyone would go to the hill and we'd all go tobogganing.
Yep.
So it was pretty cool.
Yeah, we had a good time. So yesterday, Michelle planted some early veggie seeds. Very ambitious, nice. Very optimistic that the weather's going to be changing quickly. That's good. Let's keep that energy moving because I don't like the cold. Early veggie seeds, that's great. And we've got some votes weighing in here.
So we used to do a seed swap in the early days of Melinda's Enchanted Cottage. We used to get everyone together and everyone would bring a plant. So in between like Imbolc, Ostra, or Beltane, we would pick one of those sabbats and we would do a seed swap. And it's a lot of fun. So you'd bring your early seedlings, your early little plants growth, and you would trade it up with people who came. We had a lot of fun doing that one. I might do it again, depending again on restrictions. We might do a seed swap. And if you haven't gotten them planted yet, it's nice to bring packs of seeds as well, and you can change up some unique things.
And if anybody else do anything yesterday specifically? Holly says she's working on manifesting either a wealthy husband or a mechanically inclined one, or preferably both. Not fussy, but yeah, let's keep that energy moving. On top of tall and sexy and Scottish rogue, right? That's because why would you want anything otherwise? Okay, yeah, that's going on so far. So Imbolc, we wanted. Oh, Pat's joining us. Hi, Pat.
Hey, Pat.
Good to see you again today. That sounds amazing, Michelle. Is that in regards to the mechanically inclined tall Scottish rogue? Is that what we're commenting?
That's the seed swap.
Oh, the seed swap. We can go with either.
But if you can't make ours too, like if you're from out of the area, it's something fun to create with your friends too. A little seed swap thing going on. So.
Pam says she's working on a vision board for the season.
Yeah, nice.
That's great.
Yep, now's the time, right? It's that new beginnings. It's lighting the fire within the belly to start something new for Imbolc. So,
a really, really nice thing to consider at this time of the year as well is really like a thorough house cleaning. Cleaning.
Like physical cleaning, not just spiritual saging, cleansing kind of thing, but a physical cleaning of your house.
Yep.
So
organization, really. Yep. It's about getting your stuff together, planning for the season ahead. That's why we go through the seeds, why we work on things like vision boards. It's really about being optimistic about what is laying ahead of us on our path ahead. So as much as we love to stay grounded in the moment, there is a very healthy balance to looking forward to what's going on, what's coming up. So the challenge we have is we have to do this not only in our personal lives, but also in our business lives as well, which is why we're feeling a little bit scamperish, I suppose, because we're trying to keep all the balls in the air, everything moving forward the way we want it to.
I wonder if, because I don't like these seasons coming up, I'm not a big fan of them, so I wonder if it's because I live like in the moment, like it is my thing, right? I like living in the moment, so to think ahead and to prepare for what's coming, not my thing.
No. It is mine. I look ahead an awful lot. Yep. I kind of live in between that, looking too far ahead, looking too far behind, and not staying necessarily in the moment. So I guess in that way we balance each other out fairly well, because my current reflection tends to be living in the moment while looking forward with the ideas and the plans and the future that's coming. Organizing, it's that OCD quality that I bring to the table, I think.
Yeah.
So what we're looking at doing, obviously, is she brings an immediate idea or a thought present into our life. My idea is, okay, let's take all these angles and all the considerations into play so that we're as prepared. I just play out that Virgo nature, I suppose. And so that's where we find ourselves in this season, in this time frame right now, is really about organizing, getting everything planned, finalizing all the little nitty-gritty, the details.
Checking off the list.
The list.
Completion of tasks would be a good way of putting it.
Another
thing we like to do is purging. This is a good time for us to purge. We get the kids to purge their bedrooms, clothes, toys, anything like that they haven't been using. So, and for us, it's going through all the cupboards and taking out things that we haven't used over the last year, and we literally get rid of them. So we're really good at the purge.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I actually read something the other day about that. As soon as I mentioned it, it just slipped my mind. It was something to do with locating things in your house that are frustrating you. So whether they're items, whether they're problematic areas of your house, areas of your house, your life that are frustrating you. And if it's something that you can tangibly put in a box or put aside for later to deal with, then you get to look at it this way. It's especially if it's something in your house. It's like, this is frustrating me. There's no place for it. I can't get it put away. I can't get it cleaned enough or whatever. if it's something you can put away and you don't have to pick it back up again in a month or 2 months, why are you keeping it? And I think that was quite a profound way of looking at things.
It's really what we do.
Yeah. I have a few boxes downstairs that hold sentimental value only.
Yeah.
And honestly, haven't gone through them for anything in a long time. So it's like, why am I holding on to these things? It's not truly what's important.
So Melissa's curious to know what a vision board is.
Yep.
So it's all about manifesting what you want in your life through visual creativity. So honestly, like crafting 101, piece of Bristol board, magazines, pictures, words, anything that you want to manifest in your life. It could be something tangible, something physical. It could be your body, your health. It can be self-worth, anything like that. You would be placing it all on a board that you can physically visit and see each day to remind you of that manifestation.
Yep. And that's pretty cool. It's fairly new.
Yeah, it's a new age thing.
Of a vision board.
Yeah, we used to do this. We used to do this when we first opened.
Yep.
We'd have little crafting days with people, and they could come in and do vision boards. It's a lot of fun.
We've had everything from basic to highly creatively designed, and honestly, like, it's potato. It doesn't matter how much creativity put into it. What it is a visual reminder every day that you see that of something that you're trying to bring into your life, into your will.
So we also like to do this with our altars as well, because it's something we should visit daily. So to put those aspects on your altar to manifest, to create that visual aspect is a good way to do it too. So you can do the whole Bristol board thing if you want. My kids love that. Or you can, utilize your altar, utilize your bedside tables, just a vision board of some type.
Yeah. Elizabeth says she physically cleaned the bathroom yesterday. Baseboards, icky. Curious, Elizabeth, are there men in your house, boys, that tends to make the baseboards gross very quickly?
You know what? I kicked out, we have 2 bathrooms in our house. We have a beautiful bathroom downstairs that Jeremy and I never used. We always shared the upstairs one with the girls. And I went down there to look at it once. And it was disgusting. The boys were disgusting.
We purged.
So we kicked them out. We cleaned it from top to bottom. And that was a good 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And nobody is allowed in the downstairs bathroom.
Yeah, it's a beautiful bathroom. We really like it.
And they're responsible for cleaning their own bathroom too, which is upstairs.
Yep.
So
Graham said he did a lot of work yesterday cleaning and scaling black cherry logs. He's paying for it today.
Yeah.
Black cherry, extremely hard wood if I remember right.
Nice to burn though.
Was it for burning or were they for something else? Amy says she always does cooking and cleaning and setting mental goals for forward progress. It's pretty much an everyday thing for you, keeping those mental goals, and that's amazing because it makes a huge difference, we know, in your life.
Daphne's back joining
Welcome
us. That's
back,
awesome.
Daphne. Yeah, it's good to hear from you. Autumn's joining us. Finally got this working. Hi, Autumn.
You sound like us.
Yes.
We have a hard time with this.
Yep. It's a challenge. It's funny, you finally got this working, and the poll today that we put out there was if anybody's interested in allowing us to switch it to a different time. So if you get a chance, weigh in on that. Let me see if I can bring the poll back
we
up.
need to be a little more productive in our daily operations here at the shop. So I just have that feeling restrictions are going to be lifted, and I have a lot of product that I need to make and put out, and we're really behind. Lots of new things on the go. So let us know. Let us know if it affects you at all if we change the time.
Hi,
and
Jennifer.
then, and also for those just joining us, let us know what you did for Imbolc or what you're going to do. Is anyone going to do anything tonight?
Yeah.
Because we do run 2 days for Imbolc, February 1st and 2nd. I always tell people, even if you miss it, it's okay. You got a few days before, a few days after. The whole object is to just be a part of it, acknowledge it, and celebrate it, however large, eccentric, or little that you can. Just do something.
Elizabeth asks, would we be able to do a vision board as a page in your book in shadows, or no? Of course, why not?
Of course, that's a great idea.
You look at the whole idea of scrapbooking, and what are they? They're ideas of memories of things that have taken place, that have happened. I'm a huge fan of writing everything down and documenting and recording it in a way that we can confirm with ourselves, yes, this happened, or this didn't happen, or this is the way it went down. If you wanted to do it as a page in your Book of Shadows, I'd make sure that it's something that's visual, that's up front, that you would look at for a season, for a time. But then afterwards, when that page is closed, you move on, but then you can revisit it and remind you of what you accomplished.
I like the idea that you can keep creating them. So one now and then later on, because we do grow and change on our journey and on our path as our Book of Shadows and grimoires change too, according to what we're studying or our age, our knowledge, right? So I think that's a great idea to put one in your Book of Shadows, and then maybe, 6 months from now or a year from now, revisit and do another one. And you're carrying it with you, right? Did you obtain that manifestation? And how, or did you grow away from it? I think that's great.
I find in a lot of cases we kind of evolve as we're manifesting our intentions. There's never been anything that I wanted that badly that I absolutely had to have that thing or that idea or that evolutionary change in my life. But it's always gotten me to where I was needing to be. I would suppose would be the best way to put it.
It started you on the direction.
So it's like I realized that the goal wasn't exactly correct when I planned it, but then as I started reaching towards it, I'm like, oh wait, this is more what I'm after. Truthfully, this is satisfactory for me, and I'm okay with this. I guess because I'm not very materialistic with that sort of thing, so it's not about
but the manifestation doesn't have to be materialistic.
It's not always about that.
It's definitely within, or maybe advancing in your journey or something. So,
but in context of being able to put it in a page of your Book of Shadows, I would highly encourage people to do that.
Yeah, that's
even
a great
if you did
idea.
You set up your altar or something for manifesting something. Take a picture of it and put that in your Book of Shadows after it's completed. I mean, you do want to document and record your stuff.
So the problem we have sometimes at the shop, like with grimoires and Books of Shadows, everyone buys these fancy, beautiful journals, and then they never want to write in them.
Yeah,
because they're
tricky.
So pretty. I'm all about dollar store, right? Dollar store journals, dollar store binders and things like that. Your Book of Shadows should be a working book. It should be a work in progress, a book where you grow, a book where you're exploring different things. So that's a manifestation vision board. It's a work in progress. You are always a work in progress.
Elizabeth's complaining about the dust in her house. Do you burn wood at your house? That was a big issue for us.
Yeah, we used to have a fireplace.
The
Loved
best
the smell.
heat ever. But the dust, the ash, the soot that floated around was like nothing else. And then some homes are just like that, just dusty if they're drafty, especially. We're having a hard time combating all the dust in our place with all the little monkeys running around and scratching their heads and whatnot. There's always dust floating around. My birds are terrible right now. They're getting ready for a molt, so there's feathers everywhere. Burning black cherry. Yeah, Grandpa would not be okay with that.
So not 10 a.m. from Elizabeth. I'm with you on that one.
Yeah. Our days start early. Well, my day starts early. I like the quiet in the morning. It's kind of nice for me to be able to get up early before everybody else does and have some coffee, do some meditating, reflect on my journey for the day. Whether it comes to light that way or not is always up to see. But for me, my day starts early, but we also enjoy late into the evenings as well. So by 10 o'clock, we're well underway for us.
Autumn says she's been cleaning and burning candles.
Nice.
I do have a question.
Yep.
Will you continue to burn candles right straight through Ostra and then into Beltane? Or do you just do this for like a couple days for Imbolc? I understand it's all about the light returning, bringing back the light. So for me, it lasts over a few month period. So we would light a candle or candles, or turn our little lights on, little twinkly lights on for like the next few months. So just curious how you see it, how you do it. Yeah,
Colton's going to be doing some cleaning. That's his thing. Colton's actually one of our MEC members joining us this year. Foundations, Fundamentals of Witchcraft, and this is also why we have it starting in February. It is really the season for initiations, for beginning fresh, which is why a lot of these people are starting their journey in February, but then also the MEC members that have finished their journey last year are transitioning, and they are initiating into the practice and then moving forward, perhaps some of them into another year, another season of learning and growing, and that's fantastic. So we're going to be happy to have Colton joining us this year with the membership.
Everything we do in the shop, there is purpose and reason behind it.
Yes.
We don't just throw dates out there for the sake of throwing dates out there. So it is very important that we do the MEC startup this time of year. The COVID is really
we're adjusting a little bit because of that.
We're adjusting. So like our second years won't start until March. Because they're already a group of people, so we can communicate when we want to start.
Yep.
The new ones, well, we just gotta communicate and talk and see if you guys want to start right on February 7th, or if you want to wait and just wait that month until restrictions are lifted.
Mm-hmm.
So
we'll be in touch with you about that.
We'll be in touch with everyone. We'll see.
Charmaine wants to know a little bit more about Imbolc. We've been talking about it through a few of the videos lately, workshops. But yeah, we'll elaborate some more on that. Imbolc is one of the seasons. We look at an 8-fold season pattern that plays itself out over and over and over again. Wheel of the Year, and it's one of the fire festivals.
Yep.
It's one of the 4 fire festivals. So there's 4 fire festivals and 4 major Sabbats, and it's one of the fire festivals, and it's the well, for the Catholic faith would be the candle. Candle mass.
Some people celebrate Groundhog's Day.
Yep. It just fits into categorically this time frame of the year. Any excuse for a party or a reason to celebrate is a good reason to celebrate in my book. But Imbolc is really all about honoring the transition between winter moving forward into spring. So it's not spring, it's not winter, it's the season in between, and we are preparing ourselves for what's to come. It's about letting go of what used to be with the winter, with Yule, with everything that happens there, and moving forward into spring, to change, to new growth. And we're encouraging that light, that sun to come into our life. We can do that in any number of different ways. We shared about changing up your altar, anything to do with candles, the purpose of seeds and preparing your garden. Really, it's all about getting your mindset towards what's going to be coming. What's coming up in our lives.
So Charmaine's part of our MEC newbies.
You'll learn a lot more about that.
You'll learn all the Sabbats and the A-Sabbats as well.
All right, Elizabeth says, can do others or change the vision later? Absolutely. It's in regards to the vision boards. Yes, you can. It's your creativity. It's your vision. It's your dream. You may as well make it your board. Autumn's currently hanging out with fluoride on her chest. Are you not feeling that great, Autumn?
Uh-oh, you got the sniffles?
Yeah. If that's not the reason for doing it, please let us know. And maybe there's something we can do to help you out as well. Daff has been busy cleaning out things not needed and cleansing her home again.
Yep.
That's awesome. Now,
Purging,
interesting enough, you guys are on the other side of the world. So, okay. Excuse my ignorance here. I have been trying to follow this because I've never actually been, but you guys, your seasons are opposite to ours. So while we recognize Imbolc, you would be now coming in towards your wrapping up your summer season, correct? Because you're southern hemisphere, and I think everything is different. Correct me if I'm wrong there. I am curious to see. I did share earlier about how I was following this one book and I was reading it and I was right confused because everything was backwards. And I'm like, I don't understand. I mean, am I missing something? So I double checked with Melinda. I said, this is what's going on. This is what they're sharing. And it wasn't until I got to the very end of the book that I'm like, oh, they're from Australia. Everything is different. Everything is backwards. So I'm curious to see there. And once I figured that out, it all made sense. All right, just sort of catching up here.
Emma's texting me. Sorry.
Yes. Yep, always a
when the
always
little's message, I have to answer.
Elizabeth has 4 or 5 nice books she's never touched, and I finally said heck with it. And I have one I use all the time, and the more I add to it, the more I love it. Dust, No Firewood, Hairy White Shepherd, and the Naked Dog.
Yep.
Dogs will do it. Birds molting means cleaning almost every day. It's so funny because they're so cute. They sit there and they preen and they preen and they preen and they look all pretty. And then they look at you, fluff out, and poof, there's pollen and dust and junk everywhere. It's so... I mean, I love my birds, but some days I don't love my birds.
I had white German Shepherds too.
Yeah.
Just, yeah.
And
they're
all
unique.
Dogs.
Yeah.
Hair, unless you get the ones that...
She was messy. I've actually had 3 of them. Yep. So until they grow old and die, and then I got another one.
Melissa's on her way out to get some fresh flowers, some candy, and lighting some candles tonight.
Okay.
Are you getting candy or candles? I'm just curious if that was a typo. I'm good either way. I mean, have at it.
Grab the candy while you're at it. Clearly, it's a thing.
Yeah, bless the candles with some candy and have at it. I'm betting she means getting candles. Yes, I remember the bookshelves Grandpa made. Used black cherry for them. They're exquisite. Generally, Autumn says, I generally burn my candles on and off so long as I'm home, though.
Yeah, same here.
We agree. We burn the 7-day candles here at the shop for various intentions for various people, and I know that they are designed to be burned down consistently for 7 days, non-stop. However, it's fire safety. I just can't do it. I would lay awake all night stewing and wondering, checking the security cameras just to make sure that the shop's still there. So we do put them out every night and relight them again in the morning. And I think the wisdom is that we don't rely on candles for the same purposes that we used to. So the magic is still effective and powerful. Colton's super excited about the membership. He
That's
says.
Awesome.
Yeah, we got some comments from Daff agreeing that COVID is a pain. Wow, we're a little behind on this stuff.
That's okay. I'm glad you guys are chatty. That's awesome.
Yep, Charmaine's looking forward to it as well. She's using... Autumn's using it for her arthritis.
Oh, okay.
Nice. Let me do a little research. I might have some suggestions for you this as well. I'm not in the frame of mind to pull them off the top of my head. And yes, I am correct with my assumptions or my memory that the seasons are different. So that being said, do you recognize the Wheel of the Year for different seasons, or do you still honor Imbolc? I'm just curious. Our summer finishes up at the end of February, March. So you are literally coming off of summer, getting ready for winter. For us, we are coming out of winter, getting ready for summer. And that's wild. It's hard to, if you've never really been and experienced that, it's hard to kind of wrap your mind around it.
For me.
Yeah, for her. Holly says, cleaning the bookstore, cleaning at home, made a quartz crystal generator necklace with copper wire. My favorite 3 clear quartz to wear for a Imbolc ceremony tonight.
Nice.
We're actually doing a full-blown ceremony, casting a circle, all of that sort of stuff. I'm curious. You'll have to weigh in, fill us in on what you're up to tonight. Shepherds shed like crazy all year long, hairiest beasts ever. Maybe I should give her the same hairdo as the Chinese crested naked dog. Yeah,
Melanie's on here.
Hey, Melanie. Good to hear from you. Done some candle magic for good luck and abundance. We're trying to manifest financing to buy our first house. Go you.
Yes, nice.
We're also cleaning, rearranging, and organizing our home, preparing for spring and new beginnings. Work a little intention, a little hard work, manifesting. Prepare, clean, and reorganize with the intention of moving. I'm sure that's part of what you're doing. That's a huge motivator as well. But if you plan for the dream comes through sometimes a little easier.
So I'm one of those weirdos. I'm always looking at houses to buy, no matter what. Like I love looking at houses, where things would go, what we would do with the space, where the kids. I even have the kids in on this. They pick their bedrooms whenever. I'm always looking at houses. I even go to open houses.
Always gets the nicest one. How does that happen?
Well, she's the only one that looks with me, so she gets to pick first.
Yeah, I think the last one we looked at, she had the master bedroom with the ensuite bathroom, and I'm like, no. And then there was one that we were looking at. We drove by, and she's like, I want that window there, and we're like, well, that's the bathroom. She's like, I'm okay with that. It was a little walkout window porch.
It's like a little
thing.
Juliet balcony on it, and she was like, I want that one right there, and it was the bathroom.
Yeah, so. Like that makes sense. You can have that. All right, Daff says that summer going into autumn around that time. Our winter is from the end of April, beginning of May through to September. Yeah, that's bonkers. That's really odd for us to think of because, of course, living here, our winters have always been the opposite, of course. And yeah.
That's pretty cool, though.
Now, do you get snow there as well? Maybe in some areas, some locations. I'm just, without actually consulting a map, I'm not sure where you are close to the equator, whether you're more of a tropical region or whether you have degrees variance in your temperature. We do tend to be, well, we're fairly neutral. Southern Ontario, we're on the same equator line with California. So we have different weather than, say, further north in Ontario, where it is very, very extreme. What type of house would you choose if you could pick any? I'd pick a log home, is what Graham's saying. And yeah, log home would be beautiful. I stayed with a weird story of circumstances. I wound up bumping into some friends when I was backpacking around Ontario as a youth, and they were from Quebec, some armpit in Quebec, just this quiet little, well, it wasn't even a town, it was just this dirt road that led to their house, and they spent a few years building this log cabin out in the middle of nowhere in Quebec, and I thought that was just amazing. I stayed with them for quite a few days, helped them get ready for an event that they were preparing for, a show that they had to go to, and yeah, I helped them patch up every winter they'd have to go through and fill up all the holes in the log cabin. It was very, very rustic. They literally built it by hand. And a few years later, they were planning on selling it, and they offered it to me for a really good deal. And it's always one of those things I thought, oh, what would life have been like if I'd taken them up on that? Log cabin would be beautiful, but after all the work that I spent getting it ready for winter, I'm not so sure I would have truly appreciated it after a few years. Melanie says, hi, I've been meditating on it a lot, imagining the renovations we would do, running the dogs around, yada, yada, yada. Yeah, that's great. Keeping that in the forefront of your brain helps to bring and manifest some of that energy around. April says, when house hunting, I wanted to make sure the back door wasn't in the dining room. I don't need wet, muddy dogs shaking all over the furniture. Yeah. The house we found has 2 doors, so the dogs get the sunroom. Nice. They get their own space. Daff says, depends on the areas we live in. I'm in the North Island, but in the middle, the middle of the North Island and the South Island gets the snow. Up in the areas, oops, sorry, it just moved. Where am I? Up in the area I live, the temperature just drops down to about 16 degrees, but further south it gets colder. So yeah, it's somewhat variable. 16 degrees, that would be. Yeah, we're Celsius.
Yeah,
Celsius here. So, trying to do the math. Nope, not my day for that. Yeah, we're currently sitting at around -4, -5 degrees here. Cold enough that we're not getting any snow.
It's nice out today.
It's snowy. It is fairly nice. The sun's warm, but it's just cold enough that the sun is not warming up the snow and ice enough to melt it. There's no dripping or melting yet. It's just cold.
It's a good day to celebrate.
Yep.
If my butt wasn't sore, we should probably go tobogganing again.
It must be cold because the guys doing the construction today have been sitting in their truck all day. So
that doesn't mean it's cold.
Oh, that could be it. It might not be relevant to the temperature. I asked them the other day. I said, "So how long do you figure this will take you guys to do this project?" "Oh, we'll be here for a full month still." I'm like, yep. Okay, holly, candles, flowers, and singing for my ceremony tonight. The moon shines through my front window at just the right time when the sky is clear. Doing a general welcoming of spring, some specific manifestation spells with my lovely little altar.
Nice.
Go for it. That sounds great. Autumn says she'd choose an old Victorian home. I've had a few homes. Honestly, I'm happy wherever I get to hang my hat. I always make the most of wherever I am. I think that's what I like about the house that we have.
Away from people.
As much as...
That'd be nice. We live in town.
It's convenient.
It's convenient with kids
beautiful
taking
house.
them places. Yeah, it's beautiful, beautiful house.
Yep.
But I'd like out of town. I'd like some property so we can do the things we want to do with Melinda's Enchanted Cottage.
Yep.
Like retreats and things like that. So
yep,
we'll get there.
Lots of detail everywhere. Clawfoot soaking tub. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
that would be great. Yeah. Somehow we got on the topic
of houses and moving. Yes, because Melanie is
never a bad
manifesting, which was the vision boards and stuff. So yeah, it's good.
All right. Well, we should probably consider getting back to work because we got a lot of stuff to get.
Yeah, we got some things we're doing, and
Yep. So the poll is up. I'm not sure how I can check that exactly. I'm sure it'll make sense to us later when I close out this. And nice to have it thrown up there and see. But do weigh in on the poll. Let us know what works best for you guys. Nancy likes our home.
Nancy.
Hi, Nancy. Good to hear from you. You were having quite the chuckle at us yesterday with our failed attempt at a live video. And if you didn't catch it at the very beginning of this post, we did apologize. But it was because of the cold. Neither of our phones were working. So sorry about that. Pam loves her home. Yeah, that's great. So we're going to kind of wrap up a little early today because we got a lot of stuff that we need to get accomplished before we can close up. And
if you guys have any questions on the season, on celebrating tonight, any ceremonial stuff or rituals, just ask, message us private if you want a private message, but ask here on the feed too. No problem there. I think by now everyone's pretty familiar with everyone, so you might get some good answers from the other people on the live Witches Social. Just do something small, guys. Just acknowledge what today is, and do something small.
Pam says, was bricked by a great crew. Your house. You love your house. I'm trying to see who this is. Was that us? Did I brick your house?
Did Jeremy brick your house?
That'd be hilarious if it was. I feel like I want to lurk your page just to see if I can know who you are, but I can't see from the little picture there. So
give her a few minutes.
I'll give you a moment to. Yeah, I'm guessing I probably did. Because if it was bricked by a great crew and you're from around here, that would leave us. It was us.
Yes, that's awesome.
You know what's funny? I get this all the time. I'm sorry if this has ever happened, but I get we would brick a lot of houses in the course of a year. I mean, it's not like some other trades where we're in and out doing multiple homes in a day even. I mean, it would take anywhere from 3 days to, in some cases, even a month to brick a house. So we did get to know the people somewhat. But the funny thing was, we were always the bricklayers that bricked their house, whereas the people whose houses we bricked were just one of maybe 40 in a year over a lifetime of bricking houses. And then I love what my coworker always said. We remember the really nice people and the really not nice people. Were you one of those? And then they'd, oh yeah, we brought you coffee. Oh yes, I remember you. Yes, it's nice to see you again. And that was his way of keeping track of everybody.
I'll send me pics.
Yeah, that's awesome. Send me a picture. I'd love to see it.
Very cool.
And clearly we have a little history there. So sorry I don't recognize you, but I'm glad you like your house. I'm glad we were the ones that got to brick it for you, because I do love the integrity that my boss had. And we always made sure to do our very best with everything we did. So yeah, that says a lot. Thank you. And you brought coffee you're one of my favorites. Oh, it's so good to see you. That's pretty cool. All right, well, we better get back to work here. And sorry for those who logged in a little later. We are kind of wrapping up a little bit, but you'll be able to join the video at the very beginning and watch from there. Don't forget to weigh in on the poll, and we'll see you guys again tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Thank you.
Blessings.